Welcome back, everyone, to Van Buren County. Super excited for tonight's action. I know I am. Van Buren County will be playing Gordonsville in a super exciting matchup. And Olivia Brown will be your starting lineup. For our hometown Van Buren County Eagles, we have number 10, Brooke Burke, number 44, Kara Mills, number 3, Caitlin Crane, number 12, Greta Rigsby, and number 33, Leyland Bolden. Should be a very exciting matchup. Here's a few keys to the game. We got to make sure that we get those second chance points. Get in there, fight for the rebounds, and make sure that you get points on as many possessions as you possibly can. That is how you can win a ball game. Make sure you spread the ball out. You don't want to become hyper-focused on 1 and 2 players. Yes, if they're hot, allow them to shoot, but the more you can spread out the scoring, the more it spreads out the defense. And lastly, make sure to dominate the paint. We have some very strong athletic girls who can fight and win down low. We'll see if our girls can do that and more tonight. It's just about time for tip-off as our Eaglets enter tonight's game with a record of 4-3. Greta Rigsby, number 12, will be tipping it off for the Eaglettes. For Gordonsville, it'll be number 4, Libby Clark. Tonight's matchup looks very festive. As you look around Van Buren County High School, many are seen wearing Christmas sweaters. Everyone's getting into the spirit, especially considering it's the last home game before Christmas break. Here we go. The Van Buren County Eaglettes are going to win the tip-off. Layla Bolden will take the ball, pass it to the right. Now back over center, loses the ball for a second. That's Brooke Burke. And that will be a turnover. Gordonsville is now going to take over for their first shot at putting some points on the board. Driving it down the court will be a number 15, Olivia Brown. Brown looks to her right. She passes it over to Underwood. Now back. Bolden's there on the defense. A little bit of positive action for a second. Now inside. And she's going to lose the ball. It'll stay in Gordonsville possession. To pass it in, it'll be Olivia Brown. She passes it way out to the 3 line. A little bit of space there. Not able to do much with it. Loses the ball for a second now. Over to the right once again. Has some room inside. Gonna have to pass it back out. Finds one on the left wing. Inside but covered by Mills. Layla Bolden will get the turnover. Bolden now charging down the court. Finds Caitlin Crane. Caitlin Crane will put the first points on the board of the night. Great bucket. It already looks like turnovers might be an issue for both teams, as both teams have had a lot of trouble controlling the ball, and we see another loss of the ball there. Gordonsville will maintain possession, but turnovers could be a key and deciding factor tonight. She'll take her time near the top of the court. Bounce pass off the right, doesn't find anyone home, so Van Buren will have a chance to extend their lead. We're seeing a little bit of full court press here. Not too hard pressing since it is early in the game, but the Eaglettes will have to contend with that. Greta's unable to get hold of the ball. So Gordonsville will take the ball right back again to see if they can tie or take the lead. Has some room near the free throw line. Shots up, and it's good. So that'll tie it up with just over a minute and a half into the game. Bolden will take a deep one down to Rigsby, who will try to find some room under some contested defense. There's some open room for Burke. Burke is just going to be a little bit off on that one. Going to be a fight for the ball, but Gordonsville will recover. And that's one of the things we talked about. Our Eaglettes need to make sure they can fight for those rebounds and get those second chance points. So far, not exactly what they're looking for, but definitely room to expand and rebound. Some room inside, but yet another turnover. Now Bolden will take it down the court. Not able to do much with that fast break opportunity. Over to the left, Brooke has some room. Takes a step, caught up in the corner now. Rigsby has some room, now she'll take a shot, and she will make it. That's her first of the night. little bit of pause here. Finds one over on the left. They're taking a lot of time here. Looks like they'll finally get it across half court. It's a little bit of space. Now they'll take their time once again. That's Olivia Brown. Covered by 2. Back over to the left. Inside once again. Gonna try to take that one. That one's not gonna do much for her. But the Eaglettes will get called to the foul, so it'll be Nevaeh West heading to the free throw line for 2. Here's her first. Shots up, and that one's just gonna bounce the wrong way for her. We'll see if she can make her second here. That one will fall. Makes it a 4-3 game. Rigsby's going to be blanketed on the inbounds. Bolden going to try to find some room with 2 around her. It's going to get tipped. Fight for the ball. And it looks like they're going to give it back to Gordonsville. So yet another Gordonsville opportunity here. They have a chance to take the lead now. Brown, once again, will lead her squad. Defense doing a great job of spreading out, getting those hands up, trying to lock down Gordonsville. Burke is all over it. Now Burke and Mills team up. Brown's going to have to take a lot of steps back to half court. Pass inside once again. That seems to be one of their favorite spots. 3 is up. 3 is good. So Gordonsville will, with the first 3 of the night, to take a 2-point lead. Bolden will take a deep bullet pass. Crane has some room. She's open. She passes it to Mills, and Mills will finish that with that beautiful shot. Crane with an amazing assist there. Helps the Eaglettes tie this game back up. Brown looks to be swarmed on the right side. They'll be Underwood. Over to the left, loses the ball yet again, and that's going to be yet another turnover. Seems like the ball is just a little bit too slick tonight. Looks like one of the deciding factors will be who can finally get control of the ball first, who can hold on to it and make some magic happen for their team. Layla Bolden will be trying to find some room for her team, make the inbounds pass. Finds Rigsby on a contested one. Shots up, and that one will go. So the Eaglettes on a little bit of a roll here after being down 6-4. Have a little bit of momentum going. That's what you like to see. Another turnover. Burke is there to get it. She gathers it now, has a chance to take a 4 or 5 point lead for her team. Bolden calls for some motion. Gets the screen she needs. Gonna pass it over to Burke. Bolden finds some room midcourt. And way out on the left wing, wide open, and that one with 5 points on the night already. Great start for her. Eaglettes all over this one. Bolden gets another turnover. She has some room. Mills has some room now. She's inside. She's going to heave it up, and that one will fall. So after a little bit of a slow start, the Eaglettes are on a 9-0 run here early in the first. That type of momentum is very helpful early in the game. You want to be the pace setter. You want to be able to control the tempo and momentum of a game. It's great stuff to see. As with all our broadcasts, we are thankful for Ben Lohman for supporting us throughout. We are also looking for business partners to help us go live at all away games. If your business would like to be a sponsor, contact the Van Buren County High School office to speak with Jamie Lowry. Looking back at some of the keys to the game, the Eaglettes have been able to capitalize on a lot of those second chance points. They have spread out the ball quite well. And they have been able to dominate the paint with players like Rigsby and Mills, so you love to see it. They've also been able to add another check mark to that list. They've been able to capitalize off a lot of Gordonsville turnovers. Great stuff to see. We hope to see it continue. Gordonsville over on the right wing. Has more room near the free throw line. That's the sweet spot for Gordonsville. Loses the ball for a second. Swarmed by Rigsby and Bolden, and they're going to lose that ball. So Rigsby will get a chance at an inbounds here. A momentary pause here. So Bolden will walk it down the court, looking, trying to see what she can find as she does it. She finds Crane yet again on that wing, and that one will unfortunately not fall for her, but still a very good start to the night. And that one, they're going to step out of bounds on again. So yet another turnover. Sound like a broken record with how many times I've had to say that tonight, but they have just been piling up and piling up. Rigsby, what a dominant move there, and that'll give Van Buren County 15 points with 2.5 minutes left in this quarter. Gordonsville is being swarmed even near half court. Great defense by the Eaglettes to be that aggressive and still have the chance. Although there is a three here, and that one will not fall. Burke is there with the rebound. She has 2 on her as she drives down the court. And she's going to get called there. So right back to Gordonsville ball. The Eaglettes were primarily a 3-point team in their last game on Friday night. But tonight, they seem to be prioritizing a little bit of mixture of both with a little bit more focus on that paint presence and that athletic presence. You love to see a team that can mix it up, play both ways, and dictate the format of the game. That's how a good team is made. Bolden there to tip the pass. And a lane is open, but nothing doing. Rigsby sees the opening, tries to fight for it. She gets it. And that'll be a timeout. So 15-6 with just under 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Great momentum for the Eaglettes here. Here's a little bit of the Eagles and Eaglettes' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, tomorrow, they will go to Clark Range, and they will wrap up this part of the season, this earlier part of the season, on Friday against White County in White County. Then they'll head into tournament season before New Year's. Lila Johnson will be there on the inbounds. She sees the court for the first time tonight. Bolden sees Burke's an opening. Burke will spin around, and she makes the tough shot. Great offense there. Gordonsville will take their time, finds an opening. It'll be Bolden and Crane trying to shut this down for the Eaglettes. And after a tough-fought battle, looks like Gordonsville will finally get across half court, but not easily. So we'll see, I believe, yes, Underwood. She'll take it up, and there's a little bit of room on that left. Lila Johnson is there to try and shut it down. Bolden gets another one. Another ball for Bolden. She's having a great night. She's going to spot up immediately and take a deep three. What a play by Bolden to give the Eaglettes a 20-6 dominant lead. The Eaglettes are on tear here, a 16-0 run. We've seen these types of runs from them in the past, but it seems like nothing of this caliber. Bolden inside, going to fight for it. Not going to fall, but she'll be heading to the line for 2. 41 seconds left in the quarter now. It's the first foul for Gordonsville tonight. The Eaglettes have 2. Bolden's first shot is good. Her second now. And that one will fall as well. So now it is up to a 16-point lead. I have to keep reminding myself of the score because it just seems to become more and more absurd with how dominant the Eaglettes have been on this run. I think a lot of that has been those turnovers we keep talking about. They've been able to capitalize on those turnovers, get some fast break points. Another tip pass. Burke has the speed. Can she get down the court? She get there, but her shot won't fall. So right before we head into the quarter break, Gordonsville will have at least one more chance to try and make some magic happen for them. She'll fire over to the right, left. Underwood. Gonna step back, running out of time now. She'll have to shoot one. That one will bounce off, not going her way. So that'll make it 22-6, a 16-point lead and an 18-0 run for the Eaglettes through just one quarter. And obviously nothing is ever a sure thing, but this type of momentum gives you a huge advantage regardless of the time left in the game. Eaglettes have not seen much three action tonight. That's usually one of their specialties, but it does not matter. They've found ways to win in multiple ways. Obviously, Coach Sapp has been working with his squad very well, teaching them that one strategy is not always going to work, because we've seen in the past where they've tried to become over-reliant on the three-point game and over-reliant on one or two players to try and be their main scoring options, and that's cost them when those players can't handle those double teams or triple teams even. So it's great to see the team being able to adapt with still so many games left in the year. Bolden will start off the second quarter action for us. Burke will take the inbounds. Near the free throw line, Burke has some room. She's going to heave one up, and that one will fall on a very contested shot. She'll try to make it an and one here and now. Great play by Burke there to fight and get in there. Burks will just fall off the right side. Rigsby will try to catch it, but it won't go for her. It looks like it'll be Olivia Brown trying to make some action happen. And yet again, we'll see the Eaglettes get the ball back. Just more and more mistakes wrecked. Not what you want to see if you're the Gordonsville head coach. But if you're Coach Sapp right now for the Eaglettes, you're grinning ear to ear. Obviously, you want to be able to win off of your own team's dominance, but you'll take a win where you just sit back and relax as the other team has some issues that they need to resolve. It'll be over to Bailey Stewart. She'll get her first touch. And that one will go sailing way over Clark. And I don't know how many times I'm going to have to say this, but the Eaglettes have the ball right back. Bolden will be there. Finds Burke. Burke has some room on that left side. She'll try to pass it into Mills, but that one will get blocked. It'll stay Eaglettes' ball. Bolden searching. Finds Crane on the right side. Rigsby going to try to pass it to Burke, but Burke just didn't have the room that she needed there. Crane is trying to fight for it, and Burke there to help set up a beautiful play. Unfortunately, they won't be able to secure it for long. Gordonsville has the chance now with a little bit of room, but that one won't give them much luck. Right side, surrounded by two. Going to try to set up a screen. That one won't work too well for them. And they're going to call the foul on Bolden. That'll be the fourth of the night for the Eaglettes. Only two for Gordonsville. Burke will come out of the game. And it appears Grissom will be in. Grissom's going to immediately start fighting for the Eaglettes. Love to see that aggression early on in your playing. Fights for it, but gets blocked. Great play there, down low. But that will fall and finally end this unfortunate stretch for Gordonsville where they were unable to score while the Eaglettes went for, I believe, 20 to 0 runs. We've seen those for the Eagles and Eaglettes the past few games. Bolden will take some time to let her team regroup. Johnson's going to have some room on the left wing. Bolden will pull him in. Has a screen. Not much there. Crane's just going to take the three right there and it'll fall. So even though Gordonsville finally ended their streak with a three-pointer, Crane's there to say, I'll get a three of my own. West trying to make some magic happen, but just surrounded by Grissom. Eaglettes very spread out on defense, getting those hands up. Fights inside. Grissom will get the bounce off of it. Bolden didn't have the time she needed. Johnson will fight for it. A little bit of confusion there. And intercepted. That was Olivia Brown there intercepting it. She will not be able to get the shot off and complete it, but Gordonsville will keep ball. And that'll be the 5th foul. Foul trouble could be an issue for the Eaglettes. It'll be Clark on the inbounds. She'll pass it over to Brown. Brown will take her time. Back to Clark. Just surrounded. Inside, a little bit of room there. Good block. Shots up. That one will not fall as well. Rigsby there to grab it. So Bolden now looking to make their team go into 29 or 30 land. Grissom has some room. Grissom inside. Tries to get it off to Johnson. And that will be a foul, I believe, on... Yep, that'll be Gordonsville ball. Way deep pass there. That one was fast and furious. Tries to find a teammate anywhere, surrounded on an island. Shots up, and that one will fall. Heavily contested, but still manages to get to work. That's the type of shot you need. That's what you need right now if you're Gordonsville. You need to be able to find points that really aren't there when you're facing such a tough defense. Lila Johnson, as I was talking, brings the Eaglettes to 30 points with a great 3 from the wing. So now Gordonsville has a chance at a 3. That one will bounce off the rim. Rigsby fights for the rebound. Unfortunately, she's a little bit surrounded. She tries to regroup, but is unable to. Kara Mills will be checking into the game. She'll take the role of Lila Johnson there. And it looks like it was Clark checking out for Gordonsville. Mills trying to set up Bolden. A little bit of room for Crane, but she's unable to get much happening that time. Bolden is absolutely smothered, just trying to make anything work. But some very good, tough defense from Gordonsville there. Helps them get back into the game. Start on the right side. Way deep, just trying to give themselves some room to breathe after constant Van Buren County pressure. And right back to the Eaglettes. Another chance to put some points on the board now. Bolden covered up by 2. Nice pass by Rigsby to get it out of her hands. Crane's just going to float one up. It won't fall, but Crane's there to get the ball for herself. And she'll take a tough foul. She's feeling the effects on that one. Glad to see her get up after a tough fall there. She'll try to go to the line to get 2 for her team. It's great to see such toughness from a player like her. Her first is up. Bounces off the right side. Substitution for Gordonsville now. That will be Roberts heading into the game. Here's Crane's second. It's good. So that'll make it a 20-point lead once again, as scoring has slowed down a little bit here as we approach halftime. She's going to dance around now, just trying to make any lane work. Brief pause as she searches. Off to the left. Bolden's there to try and shut it down. Looks like Crane got a hand on it. It'll stay Gordonsville ball. That right side. Nothing much happening. A little bit of room now for a three. Shots up. No good. Mills will absolutely have to fight for that ball. And it'll stay in Gordonsville possession, it looks like, and it will. So it'll be Roberts now as she enters the game, trying to make some magic happen for her team. Brown is there. She'll have to pass it off. Every time I look over, it just seems like one of our girls, or two, or even three, is just always on somebody. Just when you think that they have an opening, that Gordonsville has an opening, somebody is there to shut it down. That's the type of defense you want to see, where even a viewer can't tell if there's an opening or not. If you can't tell and you're watching the game from a nice view, then how are the players supposed to know if they have an opening or not? Mills has some room. Crane is not going to be able to make much happen off that fast break. Loses the ball for a second. Bolden now has it. More room on that right side. Mills fighting inside, and that's what you want to see. That was one of the keys to the game that we talked about. We needed to see the Eaglettes get in there and fight physically to get those paint points. And look what we saw there. Mills gets the ball, takes a second, and pushes and fights in and gets the two for the Eaglettes. 2 minutes, 18 seconds left in this second quarter. So we approach halftime. Eaglettes are in a very good position here. 22-point lead, feels very secure, but you always want to make sure that you're fighting, never giving an inch. We've seen that the Eaglettes are willing to follow that motto. Even when they have a tough lead and a very hard lead to overcome, they'll always make sure to fight every time. As always, we want to thank Ben Lohman for their constant support of our Van Buren County Media Club. We're always looking for business partners to help us go live at all away games. If your business would like to be a sponsor, contact the Van Buren County High School office to speak with Jamie Lowry. Timeout just about wrapping up here. Obviously, the coaches are feeling two contrasting emotions. If you're on Gordonsville's side, you got to be scrounging for anything to get yourself back into what has turned into a nightmare scenario. If you're Coach Sapp, you're just trying to maintain this lead. You're trying to coach your team to keep fighting strong, keep playing the way that you need to maintain this lead. Rigsby will be there to break it up. Still Gordonsville ball. All the Gordonsville players will be sitting way deep. Now they'll come inside. Left side has some room. Gonna fight for it. Not much there. Crane will be there to get it. They'll pass it once again off to Bolden, who will heave it down to Rigsby. Rigsby fires one. Gerald tried to get one off, but got blocked, unfortunately. Rigsby has some room. She's going to take a three. That one will bounce off of the rim for her. A little bit of room here now, but Crane with the great steal. Way to fight for that one, and now she'll come down and she'll try to get some points, and she will. Great sequence there for Crane. She gets the tough steal that no one saw coming, then goes down the court, fights, and speeds down, and finishes with a great basket. That's the type of basketball that you need to see. Thinks about taking the three there for a second. Now she has some room. Left side, foot was on the line, and she's just going to airball that one, unfortunately. Bolden, she's going to speed down the court. She's taking everyone with her. On the right side, just going to lose the ball. It'll stay Eaglettes, and we'll see quite a few substitutions here. Looks like Roberts, Bell, and I believe that is Burke coming back into the game. After very good play from Bolden, Rigsby, and Crane, we'll see them come out of the game. So a little bit of a fresh lineup that we haven't seen much so far this game. Gordonsville taking some time. Just going to sit there, try to think of anything to get back in. A little bit of stoppage of action here. Down to 51 seconds. 26-point lead for the Eaglettes. On the left side, she won't find much there. Burke is there to try and shut it down. And we'll just pass it right to Burke. Burke has some time. She's going to fight for it. She'll take the hard foul there, so it looks like she'll be heading to the line for 2. So we'll see if Burke can extend the lead to 37 with 37.9 seconds left. Takes her time on her first. It'll unfortunately not fall for her. Still has one more. See another substitution for Gordonsville, trying to keep their players fresh, trying to get some new ideas into the mix. Burke second. That one will be a nice, clean basket. So 36-11 with 36 seconds left. Right side. Not much room there. Back to the center. Gonna fight, but there's 2 there to try and shut her down. A little bit of room inside. That's where they try to like to operate, and they will operate there to finally give themselves some more points on the board with 13 seconds left. The Eaglettes will try to get down the court one more time before halftime. Burke is blanketed as she gets down the court. She'll lose the ball, try to smack it away, won't work. 2 seconds left. They'll just have to try and fire one, and doesn't seem like they'll get it off. So the Eaglettes will head into the locker room with a commanding 36-13 lead. Great action for the Eaglettes so far. Love seeing the tough physical play that they have implemented. We'll see if they can continue that into the second half. Well, we'll also take a half break, so please stay tuned as we head into second half action. Welcome back to the second half of this game between the Van Buren County Eaglettes and Gordonsville. It was a very strong half for our Eaglettes, coming out to a 36-13 lead. We have a little bit of a scoring breakdown here for the Eaglettes. It was Brooke Burke with 4, Kara Mills with 6, Caitlin Crane was leading scorer with 10, Rigsby had 6, Bolton had 3, and Johnson had 3. For Monterey, their leading scorer was Underwood with 5. Some important second half keys here. We want to see the Eaglettes continue their paint dominance that they showed, being able to fight down low and score those 2-pointers. Continue to stretch out the Gordonsville defense, to be able to find those weak points in the defense and fight. And last but not least, never give in. No matter the lead that you have, you never want to give your opponent a chance to get back into the game. It's always important to maintain. As we get back into some second half action here, we saw that Gordonsville missed a shot there, and Burke fought for the rebound. Burke will win it for the Eaglettes, so Bolton will be there to inbounds. Rigsby will pass it out to Burke. Burke has some open room now and some friends to go with it, but she gets the ball pushed out from behind. It'll stay Eaglettes ball though. Bolton searching frantically, has Crane on the left side, looking to extend her points dominance. Unfortunately loses the ball, and looks like Gordonsville will take care and take the ball. Rigsby there on the inbounds, fights for it, nearly gets it, but just couldn't maintain control. Still, strong play there by her. So we'll see Brown there pass it off, trying to create some magic for her team. Loses the ball. Mills and Burke there to fight for it, and they're fighting with them is Young. And Van Buren County will take the ball back. So Gordonsville's trend of not being able to maintain control of the ball continues. Rigsby fights for the ball. Crane has a chance to score. She passes it to Mills for another great setup on a play. When you have that type of numbers advantage, you want to utilize that, and the Eaglettes are great at that. Over on the left side, having to go back. So Clark will try to find anyone. Not many people home, although she has some room now. Gonna try to step through. Won't do much for her. That was West trying to make the play happen. So Brown, once again, having to inbounds for her team. Gonna heave one deep. She has some room from a few feet back, and she'll make it. So that'll give Gordonsville their first few points, some of their first few points of this half. Fight for the ball. And looks like the Eaglettes will maintain control. So Rigsby will be there. The Eaglettes will stack up there with Burke and Bolton. Bolton will be the one to get control. Trying to create some separation. Goes behind the back for a second there. Crane has some room on the left side. She'll pass it into Mills, and Mills will score again. Kara Mills has been amazing on that inside offense. She's been done a very good job of taking control of those assists that will go inside to her underneath, and then she'll just go up and fight for those points. Great job there. As I was speaking, Gordonsville lost the ball again, so the Eaglettes will have a chance to set up a few more scores. We'll see a few substitutions in. That'll be Heron and Stewart in for Gordonsville. Bolton will fight for one. Won't go, but she'll get to go to the line to make it so. That'll be Gordonsville's second foul already of this quarter. Bolton will make the first. 1 over 40 now. She'll try to make it 2 over 40. She'll make that one as well. Gordonsville's just going to try to take their time, but when they're being swarmed like that, it's hard to. Just going to try to fight for it, but the Eaglettes are there to steal the ball away. Great physicality there, although the Eaglettes will not be able to maintain control. So it'll be Brown. Olivia Brown off to her right. There's some room there. Fights inside, makes a great play, steps through the defenders. And they'll get the ball right back for a quick few points. And that's the type of momentum that Gordonsville needs to get back into this game. Make a shot, get on the inbounds, steal it, make some points, and get to the free throw line. That's the type of quick, snappy action they need to get back in. Mills gonna fight for it, and it'll stay on Gordonsville's side, so don't look now, but here comes a hard-charging Gordonsville after a sluggish first half, to say the least. Olivia Brown sees some opening on the left. She takes a no-look pass, and unfortunately, that great play will not fall for her. Crane has some room, gonna make it. Crane has 12 now. She's the leading scorer of the night. Heaves it deep on the left side, has some room once again in that mid-range, gonna step back and make it. So some very productive and frankly strong offense and being able to take it away on defense. So it appears Gordonsville has followed a little bit of that Eaglettes homework. Strong offense coupled with getting to take the ball away from the other opponent's offense. That's a key to success there. So now the Eaglettes will have to try and adapt. They'll take a timeout here. Well, as always, we cannot give enough support and thanks to Ben Lohman for their help in creating Van Buren County Media Club. We're always, of course, looking for business partners to help us go live at all away games. If your business would like to be a sponsor, contact the Van Buren County High School office to speak with Jamie Lowry. We'll once again quickly run through the Eaglettes' schedule. They are currently 4-3, and they have some upcoming games. Of course, tonight, they're currently in a 44-22 lead with 5:02 left in the third. Tomorrow night, they'll go away to Clark Range and then finish up before tournament season against White County in White County. We'll see Rigsby try to pass it in as the Eaglettes stack up. Passes it to Bolden. Bolden's covered now. Burke has some room inside. Mills gonna pass it off to Crane. Crane will take her 14th of the night. It'll be Heron. She'll pass it down, try to get ahead of the pass. Has some room. They have loads of time, and they'll take advantage of it. They'll finally crack the quarter-century mark. Bolden is double-teamed as she tries to get down the court. Not much room there. Loses the ball, but they're going to call the foul. That is the fourth. So it appears that despite the production that Gordonsville has come out with in the second half, it's come at the cost of a lot of foul trouble. Bolden has some room on that left side, but she's just covered very well there by Brown. So she'll have to move over to the right side now. Crane tried to set up a screen for her, but not much happening. It'll stay Eaglettes ball. Bolden in a tough spot, not much open for her. She keeps looking. She's just going to try to throw it to Rigsby. It will not work. So hard-charging Gordonsville looks to make this game back and make it back into it. Over there to Stewart. Stewart's going to pass it back now to Clark. Clark, once again, trying to drive in. She's been very successful at that tonight, at finding those open lanes when they aren't really there. Bolden's going to fight in. She's going to try to get her fifth of the night. It will not work. Oh, Crane there to try to block it. She blocks the pass, and it'll be Eaglettes ball. So great heads-up play there by Crane, who's having herself quite a night. Rigsby's going to find Bolden. Bolden, despite being covered by two, is going to find some room, and Mills will take advantage of another great assist. That'll put Mills up to, I believe, 10 now. So, despite all the momentum they've shown, Gordonsville will have to try to make some moves, and that three-pointer will not be one of them. Burke now, she's going to take it down the court. Crane has some room. Unable to take the time necessary to make something happen. And it'll stay Eaglettes ball. quick substitution here. That will be Roberts checking into the game. So Burke seems to be the one taking over inbounds now. And unfortunately, that will be Gordonsville ball. So not the quarter that the Eaglettes and Coach Sapp wanted to see after coming out to such a dominant stretch in that first half. So the Eaglettes have to find a way to continue their domination, or else they might be facing some trouble that they really didn't expect if you ask them late in the first half. Eaglettes spread out on defense. There's a ton of room on the right side, and that one will fall. So Gordonsville has made their shots fall. They have found that open space and made it count. Great play here from Gordonsville, but if you're the Eaglettes, you start to worry a little bit. You obviously want to keep trying to play the way that you have been playing, but in the end, if that starts to turn south on you, you got to find something new so that way you don't lose such a dominant lead. .303 left in the third here, 48-28 for the Eaglettes, but unfortunate quarter so far, despite staying quite clean with only one foul compared to the Gordonsville 4. Gordonsville looks to be in a better position than they were earlier. The only thing that seems to be an issue is possible foul trouble. As I mentioned a second ago, have 4 fouls, including Libby Clark, who has 3. Still, though, strong momentum here for Gordonsville. We'll see if they can continue that as we head out of the timeout. It'll be Eaglettes ball. We'll see Rigsby, Burke, Bolden, Crane, and Mills being the ones coming out. Once again, the Eaglettes will stack up, trying to create some separation. Bolden will be the one to grab it. She seems to be the favorite on those types of plays. Burke has a lot of room. Unfortunately, she gets swarmed up before she can really take advantage of it. Bolden's going to heave one up. Not going to fall, but Rigsby there with a great tip to put it back in bounds. Bolden, a little bit of miscommunication there. She tried to go to one side. Crane tried to pass it to another. She's just going to spot up, and she'll make it. So, and one opportunity here for Bolden, who has followed more of an assisting path tonight rather than her usual dominant scoring path. And we'll see Clark come back to the game despite her 3 fouls. Here's Bolden to make it 3. She'll take it. So 51 points now for the Eaglettes. Still a 23-point lead. Taking her time. Thought about spotting up there for a second, decides against it, decided it was a little bit too far out for her liking. More room on that right wing. That seems to be a soft spot of the Eaglettes defense, but unfortunately it will not fall. Crane tries to get rid of it. She'll find Burke. Burke is getting surrounded. She's got 3 around her, but Bolden's there to take advantage. Crane gonna try to pass it inside. It'll get tipped, but Crane will find it, grab it, and score! Crane has been a master of finding room and space in the uncomfortable. A lot of players would shrink up when facing that type of mismanagement and chaos in the offense, but Crane seems to shine when that happens. Great play from her tonight. She's the leading scorer of the Eaglettes. It'll be Johnson coming into the game, and Rigsby will exit after a very strong third quarter. And the Eaglettes will lose that one, so Gordonsville will take a quick 2 there on what should have been an Eaglettes inbounds. Bolden's just going to heave one, find Johnson. Johnson will lose the ball, and it's right back to Gordonsville. So Gordonsville just keeps finding ways to take away the ball, similar to how the Eaglettes found ways to keep taking away the ball in the first half. Unfortunately, it just seems that Gordonsville has just not been able to capitalize on the scoring opportunities as much as the Eaglettes were. Crane finds the ball. She'll take her time. Has a few open options. She's just going to try to drive it left side. Doesn't have much time. Doesn't have much time now. And Coach Sapp will just have to call the timeout as Crane was unable to get rid of the ball. the type of pressure that Gordonsville wants to apply here with 1:27 left in the third. You don't want to let the Eaglets get comfortable on any play. You have to always be there and always be ready to shut down any opportunity. Still though, our Eaglets look to be in a strong position as a 53 points is nothing to sneeze at. Let's look back at some of those second half keys that we talked about earlier. The Eaglets have struggled a little bit with the paint dominance, at least compared to the first half, but they're still playing pretty strong inside, especially with Mill being able to capitalize on those assists. They have been able to mostly stretch out the D, but a little bit of shooting issues has caused them some trouble. But one thing you definitely got to praise them for is they have still not given in. You can still see the fight in their eyes. They want to win this game badly, as this is the last home game before they head into tournament season and Christmas break. So Mills will be the one to inbounds. They'll stack up again. Bolden should have one on her. Finds her way through it, across half court. Has some room, just gonna pass it back out. Great play there. Crane. She's gonna spin around, tries to get it to Bolden. Bolden will take it. Johnson, and it looks like we just got a little bit of a merry-go-round, a Ferris wheel, if you will, of the Eaglettes offense. Sorry for the corny joke there, as Mills will miss it, but she'll get fouled. So she'll head to the line. That one will just bounce off. 56 seconds left. Here's the second. Shots up. That one will fall for her. So she has quite a few points now. I believe it is 11. And despite it being a 24-point lead, Gordonsville's still fighting, trying to find anything. That one looks like it went off the foot. It'll be Underwood trying to make it work. Takes a second, heaves one. Bolden's there to get her hands up. And it looks like that was Heron just trying to throw one up. They'll stay on Gordonsville's side of the court. That'll be Grissom checking in now. She'll take the role of Burke. All on the right side is what the Gordonsville offense appears to be. Now they'll spread out a little bit. Just gonna heave one up. She'll tip it back in, but they'll say that she was out of bounds. So Mills will now take advantage for her team. Bolden is just covered, but she does get it away to Grissom. Grissom now, she's gonna try to score. She'll pass it off to Crane. Crane has a three-shot. That one will just kind of get stuck there. Crane will take advantage again. She'll put it in. Crane continues her scoring prowess into this third quarter. 9 seconds left. They got to get a shot off. They'll go inside, has some room, and they'll finish on that one. 4 seconds left. Eaglets have to get down the court if they want to try to heave one. They'll just let time run out. So even though the Eaglets appeared to have more trouble in that third quarter, they still have a very strong 56-32 lead. And that's the type of feel that you want to have from your team. Obviously, you never want your team struggling, but it feels good to know that even when it feels like you're having issues, you can still maintain a consistent lead. Here's one more reminder that we are constantly looking for business partners to help us go live at all of our away games. If your business would like to be a sponsor, contact the Van Buren County High School office to speak with Jamie Lowry. And once again, thank you to Ben Lohman for their support of Van Buren County High School Media Club. One thing to keep in mind is that one of the star starters for Gordonsville, Olivia Brown, has racked up 4 fouls now. So she's in range. She'll have to be very careful of how she operates on the court throughout these last 8 minutes. And we'll see the Eaglettes come out of the quarter break one more time. It'll be Layla Bolden, Caitlin Crane, Lila Johnson, Kara Mills, and Ellie Grissom rounding out the lineup heading into this fourth. Bolden will try to find Johnson. That one will get tipped. There'll be a fight for it, and they won't keep it in bounds. So it'll stay Eaglet ball. Bolden will get another stab at it. And she'll try to pass it to Johnson again, but it'll get tipped once again. A little bit of deja vu there. And left side, a little bit deeper on that left. And she's just going to get smothered by about 3 Eaglettes there. Bolden will tip it off. Bolden tries to fight through, and looks like that will be a foul on Gordonsville. So that's their 7th. Eaglettes have some bonus to work with now. So they'll get to work with quite a few more free throws with still 7:37 left in the fourth. Plenty of time to rack up some free throws. Bolden will make her first. She'll try to bring it to 58 here. Bring that lead back up to 26. Very interesting foul contrast. As I mentioned, 7 fouls for Gordonsville, but very clean in the second half compared to the first for the Eaglettes. They had 6 or so in the first, only 1 in this second. Although we still do have nearly a quarter of action to go. Grissom, she'll pass it right back to Bolden. Bolden gonna try to fight through traffic. Mills is there. Mills will take advantage of yet another assist. That's been her sweet spot tonight. Bolden's there on the defense with Grissom. Now it's Roberts. Roberts gonna try to fight with Mills. Mills will get the ball, steal it right out of her hands. Great heads-up play there. Bolden fights through traffic, nearly makes a spectacular play. Will still get to head to the line as Gordonsville will rack up their 8th. A make here will put the Eaglettes over 60, nearly double what Gordonsville has. And this game looks to be out of reach. That'll be Gerald heading into the game for Mills. Bolden's second will fall, so 61 points now. So Heron will speed down the court, trying to find anything to work with. They'll have to operate fast if they want any hope of being back in this game. Heron on the left side, gonna lose the ball. Bolden gonna have a fast break opportunity. She has one with her. She's just gonna heave one up. Doesn't get it to fall, but Grissom's there. She'll lose it. So right back into Gordonsville hands, and now they have a fast break opportunity off of the speed from Madison. Inside, has some room to operate. Will just not be able to make that one, but it will be still Gordonsville's possession. Roberts will be the one throwing again. Heave one behind the 3 line. She'll pause for a moment. Over the right wing, shots up. That one will just bounce off the rim. And gets Grissom there. Grissom, unfortunately, could not keep control of that ball. Could not corral it. But Bolden's there to try and knock it out. Unfortunately, does not do much for her. And they'll just take their time now. Heaves one over. And Grissom there with a strong defense. And they're going to believe that will be a foul on Grissom. So only the second of this half for the Eaglettes. We'll pass it right back. Has some room near the right side. Have to spin out of it. Finds a lane. Will just lose control. And Bolden now will take. Bolden motioning. Tries to create some room for Grissom. Grissom will pass it out. Roberts is going to take a 3. Roberts will make it. And now the Eaglettes have double Gordonsville's offensive output. That is not a stat that you would like to see showing up on your record books if you're from Gordonsville. Just a little bit of pause here as they're trying to pass around, trying to find an open lane. They will, and they'll get the 2 and the free throw. So that will be Ashland heading to the line. Number 33. And after very great play from Johnson, she'll head out of the game. It's up, and that one will just rattle out. So Bell will pass it over. Bolden being covered. She'll take her time. She has plenty of time to waste. Bolden will pass it in. There's a little bit of room there. And unfortunately, Bell will not be able to get that one to fall. But she'll chase down the court. And they're just going to lose control of that one. And Berkson and Bolden will now exit the game after a very strong performance. She's been done a very great job of supporting all of her teammates, even if it's not her scoring the baskets. Has some room inside, gonna pass it back out, trick the Eaglettes defenders, and they'll take advantage and make that 3. So it'll be Burke taking up the primary guard roles. She'll try to create some separation. Finds Gerald on the left side, lots of room, and that one will go for Gerald. She'll put it up to a 30-point lead. So Gerald's now gonna try to defend, and that one will get swatted out, but they're gonna call the foul on it. Great play there, unfortunately just did not work out for her, and they'll head to the free throw line. The first one will just bounce off of the backboard there, but she'll have a chance to make the second. And they'll fight for the rebound. Unfortunately, not able to get that shot. Roberts, and now it's just an absolute dogfight for the ball. And it looks like we'll just have to go back to square one with the inbounds here. She'll look around, surveying her options, finds one underneath. She'll lose control of the ball momentarily, but she'll get it back out to one of her teammates. Over left side, has a little bit of room, hesitates, thought about pulling up again, decides against it, and now there's a little bit of room there, just gonna heave one. That one won't fall. Roberts there with the tough rebound. Roberts just covered. She'll get it away, fortunately enough. And Burke just gonna have to try to make anything work despite being covered with some very tough defense. Gerald has room. She'll try to take one. She'll make it. That's her second 3. Gerald has already made an impact, and she's been in the game for very few minutes in the second half. Great job by her by making and maximizing her impact on every single minute. A little bit of a passing game now. Unfortunately for Gordonsville, it does not look like there's going to be enough time to mount any sort of comeback. If you're the Eaglettes, lots of great takeaways here. You played very strong throughout, and while you struggled a little bit with in the third, it's been a very overall dominant performance for all the players, and they have shown their strengths. They definitely made sure to match all the important keys that were laid out before them. They have dominated the paint, they have spread out the offense, and made sure to never give in. Marable will be the one taking up the court. She'll find Roberts on the right side, who will try to pass it into Bell. Bell will spin around. Unfortunately, that one will not fall despite a quite strong move there from her. Marable will fight for that. There's some room there underneath Bell, and they'll pass it back out. Took a little bit too long on that ball roll, and Gordonsville's gonna get called on that foul. Heron was the one getting called for it. So the Eaglettes are gonna have that ball back, it appears. Some substitutions for Gordonsville. Heron's one of them. She played for a very long time. Got to respect her effort despite the tough score. They'll be back to Gordonsville with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left. It is a 70-39 game. That is unfortunate. You hate to see it for Gordonsville, despite their strong effort that they put out today. They have tried to be all over it. The Eaglettes were just able to capitalize. A little bit of room on that right side, and unfortunately that one will not fall for her. That's Emery. She'll pass it off to Marable, and it'll stay in Eaglettes' possession. So Emery will be the one taking it up. She'll get her first few touches of the night. Yet another inbounds here for Bell. And it appears Gordonsville will ease off a little bit on it. So Emery, she'll move to the left with a strong move. She passed it out to Marable. Marable has some room. She's going to try to swing around that right side. Oh, they'll tip it. Now a fast break opportunity. Should be an easy bucket. Unfortunately, it will bounce out of the rim for her. So that'll be Ross. Ross speeding down the court. Emery, Addison Emery heaves one up. That one will not go. Fight for the ball. And Eaglettes will maintain. That'll be Caps on the inbounds. Tries to find anything happening. It'll bounce out again, so yet another inbounds pass with 1:29 left here. Caps will be once again the one trying to throw it in. Has a little bit of room with Ross. That's who she'll target. Emery, right side, finds Marable, who has plenty of room, and she'll put it in. Great bucket for her. And Gordonsville will just take their time now. Trying to find some open buckets, try to learn anything new for next game. Emery will take it down the court after the Van Buren County steal. Ross tries to find some room on the right side, spins out of it, and will lose control here with just under a minute left. Rumbling down the court. She thinks about shooting. She decides to get it. She passes out. Three-point opportunity. That one won't fall, but they'll get the rebound. Fights inside, and will get the bucket. That'll put them over 40. That'll be Bell checking into the game for Gordonsville. So the Eaglettes Bell will pass it in to Marable. Marable's just going to take her time as this game comes to a close. Very strong effort from both teams, but in the end it appears the Eaglettes will be the ones who will prevail. Strong game for them overall. Definitely lots of things to learn from, of course, as with every game. But in the end, a strong win is a strong win, and you can go home happy after this one. Caps will fight out of it. And it appears Emery fights for the ball as one loses their shoe. .13.5 seconds left, and that is the 10th foul for Gordonsville, compared to the Eaglettes' only 4. Emery won't get the first one to fall. She'll have another opportunity at it. Here's her second. And what could be the last points of the night. That one won't fall. Bounces off the front. Fight for it. And looks like it'll be Gordonsville ball. Looks like they'll take the last possession of the game. She'll just take it down the court. 6 seconds left. Passes it inside. They'll try to fight for one last point. They'll get it. So that'll bring our final score to 72-43. Eaglettes very happy with this effort. Very proud. They'll head into their final 2 away games for tournament season with a very happy feel for this game. Make sure that you stay tuned as our Eagles will now play Gordonsville in what appears to be a very strong game. They'll head into the game 4-3. Stay tuned. The boys who enter 4-3 tonight for Gordonsville. Oops, excuse me. We're going to go and start with the Eagles boys, actually. We're going to start, it's Ethan McCoy, Caleb Lawson, Canyon Frady, Garen Lewis, Eli Scoggins. For Gordonsville, it'll be Holloman, Foster, Smith, Sykes, and Grisham. Some of the keys to the game for these Eagles. I talked to Coach Sullivan before the game. What was some of the keys that he had? He said very simply and plainly to take care of the ball. As we saw in the girls' game, that turnovers was one of the key parts of the game. It was pretty much what determined the game, as the Eaglettes were able to generate tons of turnovers in their favor, and that's what gave them a huge points advantage. And as I talked to him and the entire team seemed very focused on taking care of business tonight and ready to win in the last home game before Christmas tournament season starts. Should be a good one. We're now going to go to tip-off, where Ethan McCoy will try to win it for the Eagles. It'll be Sykes going up against him. A little brief moment to take a second. Always helps the players a little bit to have a little bit of a second before tip-off, give themselves a breather. Here we go. Ethan McCoy wins it. Eli Scoggins will immediately take hold of the ball. It'll be Lewis taking charge and taking the ball. And that'll be Lawson going down hard there. Looks like Eagles will maintain control. Lawson will head to the line. His first will fall. He'll generate the first points of the night. Let's see if he can make a second. Lawson was a little bit quiet in scoring in the last game, only had 3, looking to generate a strong offensive performance tonight. He misses his second. Gordonsville immediately going to take charge very fast down the floor. Bullet pass. They're trying to make everything faster, stronger, and better. Moving around the court. Passes at blistering speed. Just going to take one from way deep. That one won't fall. Frady's going to jump up and grab that rebound to extend the lead here. Scoggins, stutter steps. Looking around. Finally takes a dribble. Over to Lewis. Back to Frady. Lawson now. He's going to take control of the ball once again. Frady's just going to take it from way deep. That one won't fall. But Gordonsville got confused on who was going to grab the rebound, and they ended up losing it. So the Eagles will get it right back. It'll be Lewis to inbounds. He motions to his team. McCoy. And now they're just going to pass around. Very similar to how Gordonsville was on their first possession. Just zooming around the court, passes back and forth and back and forth. Scoggins will just touch it over to Lewis. He'll take his time. Now fast. Spins out of it. He's up, and that won't fall. It'll be Gordonsville ball. They'll take their time. That'll be Grisham inbounding it. Over there now to Holloman. Now in the corner. He's going to try to find some space near the center. That won't work. And that one will get blocked by Canyon Frady, but not much generated out of that. Foster will just pass it right back in. Now Holloman. Taking his time. Going to look around. They're all looking around, trying to find a perfect opportunity to take advantage of. So far, not too much. They're going to call the walk on that, and now it's the Eagles' ball. It'll be Lewis and Scoggins charged around the court. Both of them had productive games last game. Lewis was 16, and Scoggins had an amazing night. He had 30 points on Friday night. Lewis going to spot up. He'll take one. That one will just be just off center. But, oh my goodness, Lawson. Caleb Lawson will fight for that ball and give the Eagles new life. That is 3-2-0 early. A little bit of an opening there, but Holloman won't take advantage of it. He has another opening. This one, he will take advantage. He'll make that three, tie it right up. 5:50 here already left. Lewis taking his time, finds one on the left. Frey takes a few dribbles, then passes it off. Scoggins now, he'll spin out of it, taking it, spot up. Nice move by Scoggins, spins right into a beautiful shot. Passes it over. Now it's back to him. In the corner, it won't fall for him. It'll be Scoggins fighting for the rebound. He won't get it, but it will be Eagles ball. So Lewis now, gonna take his time, just slow down the tempo of the game. You wanna be able to control how you play. Take control of the ball, like Coach Olin said. Lewis has to spin out. Over to Lawson. That one will get batted out. Now fast break opportunity here. Has an entourage. Looks like he was gonna spot up for a second, decides against it. A little bit of room there. They're generating a little bit of room by staying just a tiny bit farther out on the outside. After a few attempts there, it'll be Sykes getting the second chance point. Scoggins is covered. He'll pass it back. Lewis hesitates. Is covered heavily. Now it's McCoy. He'll pass it right back. Scoggins nearly just spotted up from way deep despite the coverage. Now Scoggins has it again. Just gonna tip it over to Lewis. Lewis will lose control, and Gordonsville's gonna take control for themselves. So that will be Smith stepping it down the court. Holloman calm and composed as he passes it right back to Smith. Now he's in the corner, has some room. That one will fall. Brilliant shot there by Holloman. He was completely composed the whole time, took his time, and knew when it was time to shoot, and made it count. Lewis tries to make some room. He'll pass it off to Scoggins. That one will be just a little bit off. So Gordonsville has a chance to build up quite a bit of a lead here now. Through the legs, but loses control despite the flashy move. And he's just covered. Despite there being 4 Eagles right down there with them, he still manages to come up with the points. And that type of physical play has generated a 5-point lead for Gordonsville. Scoggins has a little bit of a lane, decides to spot up, and he makes another mid-range. He seems to be doing a very strong job of just being able to make offense. That one won't go. Scoggins gets another touch at it. He's just gonna spin back, give his teammates some room, and that'll fall. So Scoggins helps generate a very nice 3-point play for Frady. Thinks about it, now inside, plants his feet. That one's in. Back and forth, back and forth. Offense is constant right now. And Lawson's just gonna pummel his way through into the basket. That type of physicality can wear down any opponent very quickly. A little bit of a slow tempo now, despite the fast action we've seen over the past few minutes. He'll lose the ball. He'll try to fight inside, and it'll stay Gordonsville's, but lost the ball there. A few substitutions now. It'll be Foster throwing it. They're gonna stack up here, try to generate some room off of confusion. They'll have a little bit of a lane. They'll just go up and get the easy bucket. That type of scheming can lead to those easy plays. Looks like Ryan Wheeler will be entering the game soon. Scoggins Over there, floats one over to Lawson. He'll take his time, try to find a lane. Now over to Lewis. He'll just throw one up. That one won't fall. Grissom tried to bat it away, and eventually the Eagles nearly had that one, but unfortunately will get called for the foul, and that'll be 2 on the Eagles already. Ryan Wheeler going into the game. Wheeler was quite productive on offense on Friday night, generating 9 points of his own. Takes a moment, steps. Plenty of room underneath, takes his time, finds the open shot, and the Eagles are seeming to struggle on the inside. It appears that there's a little bit of a hole there on in that paint that they just cannot control the physicality that Gordonsville is bringing. Grissom gonna heave one over. That one's a little bit off the mark. Has some room to Wheeler. And stoppage of time here. It'll be an inbounds for Scoggins. Looking around. Has some time. Eventually heaves one to Lewis. Wheeler now gonna try to fight in. They're gonna, it appears that's gonna be a foul on Gordonsville. So Grissom now, we're gonna stab at it. Finds Lewis. Ryan Wheeler has some room, goes underneath, makes the nice play. 14-16 with under a minute left. He loses the ball, passes it back, and he just heaves one. And that one was just not there. A little bit of miscommunication. He thought he had a teammate there, but his teammate was already on a different island. So the Eagles have a chance to tie. 45 seconds left. Scoggins fights for it, throws up another one, and that right around the free throw line has been Scoggins' sweet spot tonight. That has been where most of his offensive production has been. Great play from him. He'll get the first chance of defense on this possession. Look around. They'll just pass it back and forth, taking their time. Looks like they might wind this one down until the buzzer. Trying to set up a perfect play. They'll spin around. His teammate has some room, instead passes it in. He's just gonna try to heave his way in, and they'll get one up. And that one will go in before the buzzer. So, even though it looked like it was gonna be a tie game heading into the end of the first, Gordonsville scores a late strike to give them a 2-point advantage. Of course, we always have to thank Ben Lohman for their constant support of the Van Buren County Media Club. We are also always looking for business partners to help us go live at all away games. If your business would like to be a sponsor, contact the Van Buren County High School office to speak with Jamie Lowry. Decent scoring for both teams, and this is the type of scoring production that the Eagles are going to need. They faced a tough opposition in their last game. They had to score 77. They scored 77 in their win. They'd like to see that type of production again, and they're decently on track for it. It's been a very physical game through one quarter. Teams have combined for 5 fouls just through that one quarter. And they'll come out of the break adapted and ready to go. A little bit of a new lineup here for Gordonsville. It looks like it'll be Clymer, Holloman, Dudney, Adams, and I believe that is Wood. So a little bit of a lineup unique from what we have been seeing in the first quarter. It looks like they're going to mix it up. He nearly had some room, almost had a great play there, but Wheeler shut that one down. And he's going to try to fight through it. They'll call the foul on him. So Eagles will take the ball. Correction, they did not call the foul on them. My apologies. Lowry checks into the game. Lowry has some room. They'll pass it to Wheeler instead. Lewis has a lane, just going to spot up a la Scoggins, and that one won't fall. Now they're charging. Wheeler tries to intercept from behind, and he's just going to slip and fall. They'll maintain control regardless, but a scary play there as he was going quite fast and just lost his footing. And he's just going to spot up, had some room there, and he makes it. What a play. So that'll give Gordonsville a 5-point lead. Wheeler and his crew look to match. Wheeler's going to find inside, finds Lowry on the outside. Lowry's shot is not home. And Lewis unable to control it. Difficult pass there, thrown into coverage. Holloman will take his time. Looks like we'll see a completely new lineup for Van Buren as well in a second. We have 4 substitutions coming in. Ryan Wheeler will take his time. Looks around. Just going to hand it off to Lewis, who has a little bit of a lane. He nearly got one to Lowry for the shot, but that won't fall. New lineup coming in. Looks like most of the stars will return, as it is Scoggins, Frady, McCoy, and Lawson coming back into the game, along with Wheeler. Frady tries to throw one over, and unfortunately can't make a shot out of it. They had a chance. They're going to take their time now. Gordonsville. He's going to stutter. Now he has the lane, loses control of the ball, and the Eagles will have it right back. 6 minutes left in this second quarter. It'll be Scoggins driving up the court. As I mentioned earlier, he played very strong in Friday night's game. He had an incredible 30 points against Monterey at home. Lawson has some room in the corner. He's going to try to step through it. McCoy is going to take a 3, and he'll make it. Not usually known for his outside range shooting prowess, McCoy will show us while we're all wrong. What a beautiful play by McCoy. That 3 will close the lead to 2. Gordonsville trying to create some momentum here. Holloman way out on the wing. He has a screen now. They have some room. Shut down decently quickly, and they're just going to hesitate there and let him take the easy 3. Unfortunate hesitation there as the Eagles paused for a second and gave him the free 3. Ryan Wheeler has a lane, passes it, gets rid of it. A little bit of confusion there on the call. Looks like that call will be on Gordonsville. It'll be Foster checking in and Eagles. Just under 5 minutes left. 5-point deficit for the Eagles, but they've played strong throughout. They have a chance. Frady up for the 3. That one will not fall as well. 3s have not been falling for the Eagles tonight. And Scoggins lost control for a second there. Eagles will maintain possession. Eli Scoggins will be there to throw it in. He looks around, trying to find an open man. Finds Grissom, who's covered very strongly by Smith. They'll eventually get rid of it. Lawson's going to square up. He'll shoot one. It unfortunately will not fall for him. Fight for the ball. McCoy nearly had it. He won't be able to get it. And they're going to call Scoggins on that foul. So that is the 3rd of the night for the Eagles compared to Gordonsville's 5. Very physical game so far. And we're not done yet. They'll take their time. Over to the left. He'll take it back now. And they'll take it back again. Dudney now finds an open man. And the Eagles will get it right back. So through both games, we've seen a lot of back and forth with the ball. No team can seem to hold on to it for very long. And the first team, as we saw in the girls' game, the first team that can finally take control of that ball will most likely be the winner. Frady has a lane, and he's just going to run into some trouble there. They're going to call him on it. So Gordonsville will take it back. Coach Sullivan obviously not exactly pleased with that one. As he talked to me earlier before the game, he wanted to make sure his team controlled the ball, made sure not to lose it. Well, a turnover like that is not going to make him a happy man. Sykes, he's going to try to find some room. Over on the right side, takes a second. Back to the left, he's going to go inside now. Going to fight through, finds an open man who's going to square up from three. That one's just way off to the right, not where he wanted it to go. Grissom fights hard to try and get there, unfortunately loses his grip. And he's just going to square up from mid-range, and he'll take a page out of Scoggins' book, and that'll give Gordonsville a very strong 7-point lead as this first half starts to wind down. Lewis will check back into the game soon. Scoggins loses it for a second, now has it back. Grissom. McCoy will look for a second now, back over to Grissom. And Scoggins has some room for a three. That one won't fall as well. The three-point shooting trouble continues for the Eagles. And now they're just racking up the fouls. They went from having only 2 to now matching the Gordonsville 5. So 10 combined fouls now. So Smith will see what he can do there. He's accompanied by, I believe that is Sykes. Yes, it is. Sykes will set up a screen for him. From deep, that one will not fall. Lewis now back into the game. He's going to try to generate some offense for the Eagles. That's desperately needed. And Scoggins is covered up on that one. That'll be Gordonsville's 6th of the night. They're one away from the bonus. He'll look around, deep to Lewis. He'll immediately pass it over to Caleb Lawson. And they're going to call the foul. So that will be, they've tied it up once again in terms of the fouls. 6 and 6. So Smith will take his time once again. Lawson and Lewis were approaching, but he got rid of it fast. Now they're going to square up from 3. That one will go. And now it is a 10-point game. This is not the type of deficit you want to see. You want to be able to control the tempo with the lead, not having to play from behind. Lawson's going to square up, go inside. It's not going to make it fall. The Eagles appear to be having very good scheming and play calling. It's just they cannot capitalize by making the shots. And that'll be the Eagles' 7th. So that'll put them into the bonus territory, and Gordonsville's going to get 2 from the line. 2 minutes, 14 seconds left now. Gordonsville's up by 10, trying to make it 12. Substitution now. That'll be Hallman coming in for Foster. Here's Sykes. First one will go. Extends it to 11. To make it 12. Loads it up. That one will go as well. Taking advantage of the opportunities put in front of them. Lewis now tries to corral his team, and Coach Sullivan's just going to have to call a timeout after an unfortunate stretch. Not the type of stretch that you want to see if you want to stay in this ball game, especially considering this is the last home game before the Christmas break. Well, as always, we want to thank Ben Lohman for their constant support of the Van Buren County High School Media Club, and we're always looking for business partners to help us go live at all away games. If your business would like to be a sponsor, contact the Van Buren County High School office to speak with Jamie Lowry. As we wind down near the end of the first half, if you're Coach Sullivan, you know that you have to be trying to find any way back into this game. You got to be trying new things or just coaching your team to capitalize on the mistakes that they've been making. There is opportunities to score here. It's just that the Eagles cannot seem to put those balls in when they need to go. Lewis now, he'll try to corral his team back into the game. Off to the right side, just going to hand it off to Lawson. Lawson will take a second. Scoggins has it now. He'll spin. Lewis now, he has it back. Back to Lawson. A little bit of a carousel. McCoy will fight through, but they're going to call the walk. Unfortunate, as it looked like the Eagles might have some momentum going for them there, but it's right back to Gordonsville ball. Smith will once again take it. Surveys the defense. Inside. Gonna just try to bully McCoy down, and he will get that to fall. Just uses his physical gifts to wear down McCoy and take those points. Scoggins with a quick move, tries to fight inside, nearly looked like he had something. He's just gonna have to get rid of it with a nice accurate pass to Lewis, but unfortunately still no points yet. Grissom sees a lane, unfortunately unable to capitalize. That's some of the trouble I was talking about tonight as we see McCoy grab the ball. He'll try to pass it out. Lewis nearly takes it, and that one will get blocked. That was some of the trouble that I was talking about. You saw that Lewis saw the lane and Grissom took advantage of it. They were very in on the play. They both knew their role and what to do there. They were just unable to capitalize by finishing the bucket. I think once the Eagles finally start putting these balls back in the bucket, they can get back in the game. But for now, a 16-point lead is a menacing deficit as we approach the end of the first half. Lewis, right side. And that one will not fall as well. Speeding down the court now. It's Wood. He'll pass it off. Now Smith takes his time, just trying to close out a little bit of time before the end of this quarter and the end of the half. Holloman. They'll take their time now, just going to wind it down. Looks like they're going to try to take the final shot, try to control the tempo like we talked about before the game. 10 seconds left. They'll lose the ball. Scoggins is all over it. Unfortunately, not able to make it happen. They're going to try to fight inside. 4 seconds left. Loses the ball, and Scoggins is just going to have to heave one. That one will not be home, and the Eagles will head into the locker room with a tough 16-point deficit. 35-19, Gordonsville. We'll return with some second half action after a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, to some second half action between the Van Buren County Eagles and Gordonsville. The Eagles currently face an unfortunate deficit, down 35-19 as we enter the second half. Some key second half stats that the Eagles need to keep in mind. Leading scorers McCoy and Lawson are actually, tied for second leading scorer. 4. Scoggins is the leading scorer for the Eagles with 6. Eagles need to find a way to shut down Holloman, who currently has 11 points on the night and is the leading scorer of the game. Key points for the Eagles is to continue to make sure to take control of the ball and find a way out of the shooting slump that they've been facing. The Eagles have had very productive and good scheming. They just have not been able to finish with buckets. And last but not least, keep fighting on defense. A lot of the issues have come from the fact that the Eagles have lost control underneath on defense. They need to find a way to keep the offense in front of them. Here we go back to some second half action, and that's immediately going to go back to Gordonsville. Not the start the Eagles were looking for. So it'll be Smith who will take the ball for Gordonsville to start their action on offense. They'll look to the right corner. Back out to center. Now he's going to pass it right back out, spinning it around. Around the ball goes. He tries to find a lane. It's not there. He'll go back to the right. Now there's a lane, but 3 Van Buren County members are right there to shut it down. He's just going to heave one. That one nearly goes, but Lawson gets the rebound. He'll give it off to Scoggins. Scoggins will be the one driving up the ball to start the second half. Frady, not afraid to shoot, decides to pass. Lewis nearly spots up, instead goes in. Passes it back out to McCoy. Now there's a lane. Frady just can't finish the very good effort. And now Gordonsville has a chance to expand on their lead. He's going to fight. He's going to spin through it. They're going to call the foul. So already 2 fouls just through about a minute and 4 seconds of action for the Eagles. Not the comeback that the Eagles were looking for to start this half. Still plenty of time left in the half, however. It'll be Sykes trying to make 2 at the line. The first one will fall. That should be his 7th of the night. He'll try to make 8 points here. Shots up. That one will fall as well. That should be 8 on the night for Sykes. He's having himself a productive night. Lewis now, he'll try to find his first points of the night. Instead, he'll pass it out to Grissom. Grissom will take control of it after a little bit of stuttering. Frady back out to Lawson. He'll have to spin it around. McCoy's going to spot up. He nearly makes it. Unfortunately, it won't fall. And Lawson's going to take the hard foul, so he should be heading to the line for 2. Lawson will try to get up to 6 points on the night. His first. He'll make it. Eerily quiet there. The action in the Van Buren County High School has started to wear on the fans, as this has not been the game that they were looking for. Still plenty of time to make something happen, but the Eagles need to figure out something hard and fast. Here's Caleb's second. Lawson will make it. Brings the gap to 16 points. Smith will pass it off. They're around on the right corner. Grissom comes up to defend. He'll weave his way through track it and finish very strong at the rim. And that'll bring that deficit right back up for the Eagles, who've got to find something new to start out. Lawson's going to try to muscle his way through. That doesn't go for him. Grissom tried to set up some separation for Frady there. Did not work. Lewis will pass it out to Lawson now. Lawson looking around. McCoy is going to have to stutter. Takes a second. Now he's going to try to move through him. Has 2 men on him. Just going to heave one up. That one doesn't go. Lawson's in there to fight for it. McCoy gets it. McCoy will finish. That's the type of energy that the Eagles need right now to be able to get those second chance points. They'll pass it around on the left side. Frady's there. He tips it. Tries to go get it. Unfortunately not able to. But Lewis with the nice steal. Now they have a chance. Fast break opportunity. And he'll finish. Beautiful. Despite the hard foul, he manages to heave it up there and finish. And that gives the Eagles new life. It'll be Clymer coming in for Gordonsville. Eagles will stay with the same rotation. And he'll make the and one happen. 13 points now, starting to inch back into this game, the Eagles are. He'll look around. He nearly falls, loses the ball. Unfortunate sequence there for Clymer, who just entered the game. He'll give it right back to the Eagles. Lewis. He has Grissom with him. He'll take a second. Looks, surveys, finds McCoy in the corner. McCoy's going to heave it over to a wide open Lawson. Lawson, instead of shooting, is going to try to pile it in. And he's going to take the hard foul. This has been if you thought the first half was very physical, just wait till you see the action in the second half. We already have 5 fouls piled up in just under 3 minutes. So Lawson's back to the line after a couple of minutes. Will take his time. And the first one will fall. 12 points now, 39-27 with 5:13 left. More rotations for Gordonsville. That will be Dudney coming into the game, who had a very strong first half. He had 8, despite coming in and out of rotation. And that'll be Frady will get the rebound despite the loss and miss. Grissom will take his time. Lawson was calling for the ball. Unfortunately, Grissom did not see it. McCoy spins through, nearly finishes it, unfortunately cannot get to it. And there's a lane there, but he threw it behind him, just that lane closed too fast for him. And nearly shoots. Inside now, covered up. He has a room for the mid-range, and he'll make it. Gordonsville has been very efficient when they have that room from the mid-range. They know how to shoot the mid-range ball. Lewis will pass it over. Take a second, it's back to Lewis now. You're gonna try to fight through, just gonna heave it up. That one's not gonna go. And this gives Gordonsville more chance to expand on their lead just when you thought the Eagles had a chance to come back into it. And they will expand right back up to 16 when it was down to 12 just moments ago. Frady back up to Lewis, nearly intercepted. And in the corner, and Sullivan will call timeout. Coach Sullivan does not look pleased. After a decent start to the third quarter, they've started to inch back into the uncomfortable territory. As always, we have to thank Ben Lohman for their constant support of Van Buren County Media Club and making our media club possible. We're also always looking for business partners to help us go live at away games. If your business would like to be a sponsor, contact the Van Buren County High School office to speak with Jamie Lowry. Interesting stat to note, Grisham for Gordonsville already has 3 fouls. He has represented all the fouls for Gordonsville through this third quarter, so he needs to watch out for his foul trouble. The Eagles will try to regroup after a difficult few minutes there. Showed flashes of a comeback early in the half, but recently it has just not been there. Still, they showed the unity as a group, and they're ready to get back out there, and that's one thing to respect about the Eagles. They always know how to regroup after a difficult period. Lewis will start them out. Immediately passes it back over to Grissom with a sharp pass. They'll pass it around now. Back out to Grissom. He'll take a second, a little bit of footwork. And Grissom has a lane on the left side. That one just won't fall for him. Another issue they've had, a roll off, and that is Gordonsville ball. They'll start from the corner. It'll be Dudney passing it in. Holloman, the leading scorer of this team, will try to start him out. He'll look over back to Dudney. Inside, but Grissom was there. He read the play and knew where he needed to be. Great play by him. He'll try to generate some offense now. He has Lewis behind him. Lewis has a little bit of space. Instead, he'll pass it right back to Grissom. Grissom once again trying that left lane. He finds Lewis in the corner who got over there fast, and he'll finish with a nice bucket. 13-point game now. They'll just walk their time now. They're trying to lose some time off of that clock. They want to maintain this 13-point lead, get rid of any chance of an Eagles comeback. Inside, has a lane, just heaves one up, and Lewis will take control. He has Wheeler on the outside, but he threw it just a little bit too hot. Lewis has room. He's going to try to get a second three in a few moments, and it won't fall for him. And now some room. He's going to cut back, finds a man, brilliant pass, and not much Ryan Wheeler could do there. He just had to heave himself up and drew contact. So it will be Dudney heading to the line, trying to put some more points on the board. 2:38 left to expand the lead to 15. The first one won't fall. They can still make it 14 here. Dudney's second. It will fall for him. That'll make it 14. Lewis now getting up the court quite fast. He knows that he needs to start hurrying up this offense. Grissom will hand it off. And deep three for Canyon Frady. That's the type of spark you need after a struggle for the offense through this third quarter. Nearly loses the ball. Inside now, has a lane. He's going to just give it right to Ryan Wheeler. Eventually, Frady will gain control. Deep pass to Lewis. Now there's a chance, and that'll just get ripped right out of Lawson's hands, and they'll go down and finish on the fast break. This is not what Coach Sullivan wanted. As I mentioned earlier, his words before me for the game on the key advice that they needed to take in was to take control of the ball. Well, turnovers like that and them getting points off it is not what the Eagles need right now. Shots up. Three won't fall. And they're going to say it's Eagles ball. 1:37 left. 3 fouls apiece. Ryan Wheeler put it in to Lewis, who has 3 on the night. Ryan Wheeler will take his time. Now Grissom will look low. He's looking for Lawson. He has him. Can Lawson finish? Unfortunately, no. Tough shot there. Outside, has some room underneath. He's going to go up. He won't finish the basket. And a little bit of confusion here on what the call will be. They're going to say he's going to go to the line. That's the 4th foul for the Eagles. And the third quarter has not wrapped up yet. Not what you're looking for if you're Coach Sullivan. Ransom Lowry will soon check into the game. He'll get the first. And even though the third quarter is not even wrapped up yet, Gordonsville nearly has 50. Eagles need to be able to do what I talked about earlier. They need to clamp up those underneath routes for that Gordonsville offense. Second shot up here. That one will fall as well. 48 now. 15-point lead for Gordonsville. Grissom fighting inside. Instead, passes it back out. He'll pause for a moment. Momentarily finds, and what a pass. That's the type of offense you need. Great play. You think at first that it won't be Lowry who will finish, but eventually a brilliant pass by Frady, with having that vision for the passing lane, will finish it. And when you have that open of a shot like that, it's hard to miss, as we see Wheeler fall there. Grissom's all over it. Mason Grissom way deep in the court, just trying to lock up any opportunity for Gordonsville. We'll take a second now. Wheeler gets a hand on it. Wheeler, fast break opportunity. Wheeler's shot is up, and it's good. Nice fast break opportunity here. 16 seconds left. Gordonsville's trying to hurry to get a shot off. They're going to think about scoring up from 3, decide against it. Now they might. Grissom was there. Now they'll score from mid-range, and they'll get it. 5 seconds left. They have not massed 50 points. Wheeler's just going to heave one. Ryan Wheeler's shot will be off. 13-point deficit for the Eagles as they enter the fourth quarter. Not an impossible deficit, but not something they were wanting to see when they started out this game. As they enter the fourth quarter, once again, we'll talk about some of the keys that we talked about heading into this half. They need to make sure that they're spreading out their offense, giving themselves lots of lanes to work with. They need to make sure they keep fighting and stay disciplined no matter how grim the situation may be. And last but not least, they need to make sure they're winning down low, cut off those inside routes to the basket, and make sure that you're getting those offensive rebounds that you need to put the ball in the basket. Each coach will take their time trying to come up with the plan of action as we head into this final quarter of action. They'll come out of the huddle. It appears it'll be Scoggins, Sullivan, McCoy, Lewis, and Ryan Wheeler. Should be interesting to see what Sullivan brings to the table as he enters the game for some of his first action in quite a while. Sullivan. He's covering it up. They thought about shooting it there for a second. There's an open lane, and they're going to call the walk on him. They called the walk on Clymer, so the Eagles will get the ball back. It'll be Wheeler. Bring it in. He'll put it in for Lewis. Lewis takes a second, then accelerates. McCoy back over to Wheeler. Ryan Wheeler trying to find some room. Ethan McCoy. He'll go back to Scoggins. Scoggins had a lane. He said and passed it off. Ryan Wheeler tries to heave one up. Doesn't fall. Then Gordonsville will get the rebound. Deep pass on the left side. He'll just square up, take that, and make it. Brilliant play for Gordonsville. Tough break for the Eagles. And we're going to see a few substitutions now. It'll be Caleb Lawson and Canyon Frady coming into the game for the Eagles in one moment. Here we go. And Scoggins tried to square up there as I was talking and did not fall. Just under 7 minutes left. The Eagles already racked up 5 fouls, so they can't be overly physical trying to get back into this game. It's going to be a tough situation no matter which way they play. Foster's just going to try to run down some time for his team. Going to survey his options. He sees Clymer. Clymer will take a moment as well. They're just going to run down as much clock as they can while also being conservative with the ball. Lawson will get hold of it after a tip pass. He'll hand it off to Lewis. He finds Frady. Frady shoots it. Frady has it. That'll put the Eagles over 40 points. 12-point deficit now. Foster takes a second to check the clock. Knows that he needs to wind down that clock. And Lewis, aggressive on the defense, seems to work out for him. Unfortunately, on the putback, Gordonsville will get it. And Coach Sullivan is not liking that. And Frady's going to heave another one up. And Frady will finish. What a shot by Canyon Frady on the foul. Opportunity for a 4-point play here. He can bring the deficit within 10. Few substitutions for Gordonsville now. They'll bring a new look. Can Frady get the 4-point play, bring this down to a more manageable 10-point deficit? Here he goes. They'll just heave it up, and it'll go. 54-44, 6:08 on the clock. They look around. Just going to try to find anything. Thought there was a lane there. Frady's there, intercepted it. Canyon Frady is on a tear. He's going to find Scoggins, who's going to try to fight for it. And that'll rattle out. McCoy was there to fight for it. Unfortunately, could not get hold of it. And they're charging hard and fast. There he is. And off to the side, it's Wood. Wood finishes for Gordonsville. Lewis trying to make anything happen with such limited time on the clock. And he's going to square from way deep, and he'll make that. That is what you need. No questions asked. Don't doubt yourself. Just hard, clean offense. That's the type of shot that you want to see from one of your star players. So that brings them down to 9 now, and this is an interesting perspective if you're Coach Sullivan, because it feels like the game is still decently out of reach, but at the same time, you have some momentum building. You made quite a few threes. You're starting to shut down some of that Gordonsville offense. So the strategy here, do you stay this aggressive trying to keep that offense up, or do you start trying to close the gap down inch by inch despite the time left? We'll see what Coach Sullivan chooses there as Gordonsville sent out their lineup. Looks like a similar group will stay in for the Eagles. It'll be Gordonsville taking the ball up. Holloman. It'll be Scoggins there trying to defend. He'll pass it off. Low pass there. Gonna try to work some room. Spins around. Tries to find a lane. Just way too hot on that. Just couldn't be handled. And now Lewis will drive down the court and try to keep this stretch going for the Eagles as they are on a hot streak here. Frady looking around, gonna step way back near half. He's having to spin around, and Lewis nearly thought about squaring up. Scoggins has some room. Scoggins puts it in. 7-point game, and hold on, folks. We might just have ourselves a ball game here. Scoggins there on the defense. Now it's Frady over there on Clymer. It's back to Wood. Wood's covered. They're going to pass it around now, trying to find anything to stop this ferocious Eagles offense. And he's just going to throw one up. That one won't fall. Tipped out. Lewis has got it. Lewis is charging, but there's one man behind him. He's going to spin, weave through traffic. And Frady's going to square it from deep. And that one won't fall, but Lawson's got the rebound. Lewis, that one was a hot pass, but Lewis was able to corral it somehow. McCoy, now things have calmed down for a second, but there's a lane, and oh my goodness. And they're gonna say that is on Gordonsville. So Eli Scoggins will head to the line. He can close it within 5 now. And look how fast the tides have turned on this game. A second ago, it was like, what, a 12-point game? I believe at one point in the fourth, it was like 16. And now it could be down to 5. Crazy how fast this game can change. But the Eagles have shown that they are willing to fight and not give up on this situation. Scoggins will take his 2. Here's his first. That one will bounce out. Unfortunate, but he can still get the second here, bring it down to 6 with just over 4 left. Both teams have 5 fouls, including Grisham, who has 4. On the right side, that one didn't fall for Scoggins either. Unfortunate, great opportunity to score there. And there is just complete miscommunication here. And Gordonsville, unfortunately, it just seems their communication as a whole is falling apart. They don't know where each other are at and are struggling to keep up with the Eagles, who are hard charging. And pass out. Scoggins going to try to drive in. He's just going to square up. And that one won't fall. And Gordonsville has it. They can score here and make it a lot more difficult on the Eagles. They're going to take their time. Lewis is on it. He's going to... And they're going to say that is a foul on Van Buren County. Unfortunate. 6 fouls now. One more could cause trouble for the Eagles. It will be Smith trying to widen this gap back up for his team. 3:27 left. 56-49. Getting ready for his first. Takes a moment. Eyes it up. That one will bounce off of the back. It'll be Mason Grissom coming in for Caleb Lawson after Lawson has fought ferociously on every play. Great job by him. Grissom will come in and try to bring a new spark to the team as the hot streak has started to come to a close here. And that one will fall, so it's back up to an 8-point game. Lewis now, he's gonna have to find anything to happen for the Eagles. Scoggins looking around, he's hard covered. Frady, and Scoggins gonna spot up. Scoggins has room, and that one just won't fall. And it seems we're back to the issue where the Eagles have had room, they just haven't been able to finish on those important shots. And Frady's all over it. There's a fight for it now. And it appears Gordonsville was able to get that timeout off before anything dastardly happened. 57-49, and this game has become a lot more interesting over the past few minutes. We, of course, have to thank Ben Lohman for their support of our broadcasts. Games like this are possible because of them. We're also always looking for business partners to help us go live at all away games. If your business would like to be a sponsor, make sure to contact our Van Buren County High School office and speak with Miss Jamie Lowry. Just under 3 minutes left. It may seem difficult, but the Eagles can make a charge. And it looks like this will be a similar lineup will stay in. This will be the lineup that tries to bring hope and energy to this team. It'll be Lewis, Scoggins, Grissom, Frady, and McCoy. And that is not what you want to see. That is another foul on the Eagles, and now they're in the bonus. So 2 here coming up for number 2, Holloman. This could bring it back up to 10, and that's not what you want to see. There's 9. Gordonsville nearly has 60, while the Eagles still haven't crossed the 50 mark. Here is the second. He's going to take a moment, ready himself. It's up, and that one will fall as well. 10-point game, 2:51, and this is becoming a nightmare scenario for the Eagles. Not much time left, and Frady's just going to square it from way deep. That won't fall. More of a desperation heave as the Eagles are running out of time. That one is not going to count. And it looks like that, yes, Holloman will be going to the line for another set of free throws. The Eagles have 8 fouls through this half. And the first one will go. Here's the second. That one will go as well. And now it is a 12-point game, and the Eagles seem to be running out of hope. They'll, of course, keep fighting, but this is becoming very difficult for them. And Scoggins can't get another one to fall. They'll take their time. Gordonsville's number 30, Grisham, will just take his time. Holloman looking around. Sharp pass. He's covered up, but he gets it away. They're going to go inside now, try to fight for it, and they're just going to keep spinning that clock. He loses his footing, loses the ball. Lewis has it. Lewis going to fight in. Nice move. But unfortunately, it may not matter to the extent that it should. Coach Sullivan will take another timeout, try to find a strategy that can bring his team back from a 10-point deficit with only a 1:57 on the clock. Well, regardless of the result tonight, the Eagles still have 2 more games before they head into Christmas tournaments. They have tomorrow night against Clark Range in Clark Range, and they'll wrap up on Friday at White County. Eagles have fought hard no matter the issues that they've faced. They look to wrap up any concerns that they have and try to just bear down and find a way back into this game despite what the clock reads. Sullivan taking a long time with his team, making sure they're prepared for this last hard charge. Lineup will stay mostly the same. And Gordonsville will inbound. That will be Sykes taking it in. Eagles go full court press, trying to shut anything down. He'll find a man, pass it back, and he's going to heave it deep. Now they have some room, and one won't fall. Lawson was trying to get the rebound there, unsuccessful. And looks like that'll be another foul for the Eagles. They're nearly at double digits now in this half. Foul trouble has been a constant concern tonight for the Eagles. Grisham to ice the game. First one. It'll ride out. So, Eagles 12-point game. Have to get some points generated here and now. Scoggins inside. That one won't fall for him again. And they're going to call foul on Caleb Lawson. So that'll now make it double-digit fouls for the Eagles. Not what you want to see. So Gordonsville will take another trip to the foul line. This time it'll be Sykes taking them. He can bring it up to 14-point lead here. He'll make the first one. Here is his second. And he'll make both of them. And now the Eagles are just going to swap out most of their lineup. Tough break for the Eagles. They fought hard, but this game just appears to be out of reach. They'll bring in a fresh lineup to get some reps and get prepared for tomorrow night. And the crowd is excited for the Eagles no matter what. They'll always support them because they fought very, very hard despite the loss. It'll be Lowry passing into Grissom. The new lineup is Lowry, Grissom, Sullivan, Mooneyham, and Ryan Wheeler. Lowry tries to make some space. Here comes Sullivan. He's going to try to fight through. Has Lowry on the outside. Now Wheeler has some room. Ryan Wheeler's going to shoot. That one won't fall. And it looks like Mooneyham's there to fight for it. Did Mooneyham get up? They're going to say yes, I believe. Yep, they're going to give it to Mooneyham. Sullivan going to try to back a man down. Gives his teammate some space. From way deep, Grissom will nail one. Bring his team up to 54 with just under a minute left. Foster now will take it up just to ice this game. There'll be two men on him. He'll get a pass. And now there's some space. They'll just kind of heave it around back and forth to one another. Take as much time off the clock they can. And there's a lane way down there. Unfortunately, can't do much with it as he lost control of the ball. And despite the Eagles' defensive efforts, Gordonsville will just continue to pass this ball around and around and around. Foster will pass over to the left. Now back over to the right. He'll lose control of that one. And it'll be Eagles ball with 14 seconds left. 11-point deficit. And Grissom will just walk it up. Strong game for the Eagles no matter what. They'll try to rebound tomorrow night. You got to respect the effort for both teams. It's just Gordonsville came out on top today. 65-54, Gordonsville is your final score here from Van Buren County High School. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast, and we hope to see you during the next one. Thank you to Ben Lohman for supporting the Van Buren County Media Club, and thank you to the Van Buren County Media Club for tonight's broadcast. Have a great night.